Hey guys, it's Chris from Spikers RC here, and you'll have to forgive me. My next unit that I'm going to give you a review on here is awfully big. And as such, well, you get to kind of see a little bit more of what I used to film on. And yeah, enjoy it. Okay, so what we have here is a 1/8 scale Traxxas Summit. I've recently just acquired this. I had to do some repairs on it to get it working good. You've probably seen a couple of my videos on it already. As you can see, I still have a GoPro mount on the back for doing some first person shooting while it's driving, and it's a little bit of a pain to get that on there, so I didn't take it off for the review just to try to put it back on later. I don't have enough good things to say about this thing because it is just a great little truck, and I say little, not giving you the proper respect it needs, but it's a fantastic truck. I love it. It's one that I've wanted for a while, but funds always seem to be needed elsewhere for me to get one of these. So when I finally got one at a good deal, I picked it up. It is the first generation. It does use the TQ4 transmitter. This is a 4-channel transmitter, but it's kind of been mod hacked by Traxxas to be a 5-channel. It does have your first channel for your throttle, second channel for steering, third channel is for high and low gear selection, so that if it's in low gear like it is now, it'll crawl. If I flip the switch to high gear, it'll actually move pretty darn quick. I seem to be using it mostly in high gear. And then there's this one last toggle switch over here. It's a 3-position switch. And what is unique to the Summit is that it has front and rear locking differentials. So when it's down like this, the differentials are spun open. It's no different than driving any other 4-wheel drive Traxxas vehicle. If I move it up into its middle position, the rear differential will lock. And what that means is both tires will turn at the exact same amount at the exact same time. There will be no difference in travel. If I click it one more, the front differential will lock as well. And what that does is if one wheel is slipping, the other wheel won't, or they both will slip. It's designed that if, for example, if this wheel is spinning but that one would have traction but can't turn because this one's spinning, they'll both turn at the exact same amount at the exact same time. So if this one didn't have traction, it'll look like it does because it'll be spinning in turn with this one here as it has traction and pulling the truck along. So that's why this becomes a 5-channel remote, because it has this toggle switch in here, and there is a servo adapter inside the servo box that turns that 4th channel into a 5th channel. It's kind of neat how they've done it. The downfall to that is that I have to use this FM radio setup that came with it, because my DX3S can't use this because that's only a 3-channel transmitter, and I'd need at least a 4-channel to do it. So that's that. Getting to the truck itself. It is a 1/8 scale truck. This is just a regular Lixon body, but it does have an added exoskeleton, as you can see on there. We'll remove the body here. And inside we have a lot going on. You'll see a lot of similarities between this and the Traxxas e-revo, or the I don't know if the Jado uses it as well. I'm not too sure when it comes to nitro. But they both have these side compartments here for the battery. There's one on each side. I just use regular lipo packs. They fit in quite easily, lots of MAW, and they just slide in like so. There is a little notch cutout back here at the top that the battery leads can go through, so they don't get pinched. At the front and back of each battery bay there is a vent. You probably won't be able to see it very well, but these are vents here. In this there is actually a total of 5 different servos. It does use dual steering. There's a servo here and one over here. These are they work in conjunction to turn these monster tires. I mean, for scale, that's about a 9-inch span from the tip of my pinky to the tip of my thumb. So these tires are probably close to 7.5 inches or so, 8 inches, well, call it 7, just because I'm bad at estimating. But they're huge. They seem to go over everything so far. There's 3 other servos in here, and they are what's called sub-micro servos. There's this one here, which is for the front differential. There's this one here for the rear differential, and then there's this one here which controls a little switch right there on the transmission to switch between high and low gear. We'll actually turn it so you can see it better. So these are the sub-micro servos, and these are the 2 steering servos that are regular size. This is a brushed motor. By definition, they are waterproof. It is a Traxxas 775 Titan. It does use a little bit more current, and that's why you'll see that this is running the EVX2 ESC, just so that it can deliver more power to the Titan 775 motor. And as such, it also uses the 2 batteries because there's the connectors for them. The ESC does run at 16.6 volts, so that's why you can get away with running basically the 4 cells, because that way it stays under the 16.6 volts. One of the other cool things about this, and of course the e-revo as well, is the fact that the shocks are laid down. The great thing of what it does is it allows for lots of travel in the suspension with very little movement in the shock. Like, to give you an idea, like, that's moving a lot and it's barely moving the shock. Like, I'm going to move this one here and watch this shock here. It doesn't compress a whole lot compared to other shocks where they stand up vertically or at an angle. The bonus to it is that you get a lot of travel out of a short throw distance. It has a pretty aggressive stance, lots of ground clearance. There's my fist underneath it. Again, 9 inches basically gets you to the top of the bumper there. It has a really narrow front skid plate. And you know what, I mean, it's not the fastest vehicle out there, but by far it's probably one of the funnest I've had. One of the other things I do like is that it does come with 2 servo protectors on the bottom for if you're bashing it. It just protects the servos and the servo arms a little bit. That way maybe these will take the beating instead of the actual servos, and prolonging the life. The other things I do like, if you'll notice, that all the joints, the CV joints and the ball joints and stuff, they've all got a rubber boot or a latex boot on them, whatever that material is. I'm pretty sure it's rubber. It just keeps the dust and dirt and stuff out of them, prolonging the life. Overall though, it's a great little unit, and I'm glad I have it. Anyway, please guys, like and subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, ask a question. I'll do my best to get back to you. Alright? Have fun.